This is a quick demonstration of using the Prius 2008 steering rack in a Supra MK3. So I installed it by using the stock bolt holes for mounting it, and I made a bracket which I cut and weld the pivoting function of the steering rack directly to it because it was adding a little bit of height, so the steering wheel wasn't in my favorable position. It was a little bit lower and was hitting my knee. Then I installed the ECU right above my foot, and I made a new steering shaft which is joining the steering column to the Mustang steering rack that I'm running. And this steering rack, usually people is running it in the fail-safe mode, which is giving assistance after a few seconds after ignition on. But since I'm running the Maxxecu, I was able to take a look at, there was some guy who made an Arduino sketch for communicating with the steering rack. So I took a look at that and figured out how the CAN bus communication is working. And then I just hard-coded the values for like low, medium, high to a user table on Maxxecu, and then I'm sending that value to the Prius EPAS ECU instead. So I got this tune selector here with low, medium, and high assistance, and then I got a progressive mode as well that will change between the low, medium, high based on the vehicle speed. And I can give you a quick demonstration as well on the speed of it. So this is the ECU switch, and this is the steering rack. So now it's completely off, and it's pretty hard to turn. Changing it over to on without ECU. Now it is in fail-safe configuration, so it will take a few seconds for it to kick in. Now I got some assistance. If I turn it off, turn on the ECU, and now it will be almost instant. So turning it on, and I got assistance right away. So it's a little bit nicer. And then I'm able to change the assistance level. It isn't too much of a difference between all these values, however, so don't expect too much with it. So the hard, it's not like it's completely off. It's a little bit harder, but almost not noticeable. And the Prius column is also splined the same way as the original steering wheel. And I cut and welded the original mount for the switches as well. I had to make the hole a little bit bigger, but in the end it was nice to keep like the original functions for turn signals and lights and so on. And the original slip ring will also fit with a little bit of modification, so I have all the steering wheel buttons working. So except for not having the tilt and telescopic function on the original rack, it's barely not noticeable that I made this modification, which is one of the main goals here. I'm trying to modernize the vehicle without like having it looking too much of a race car. I mean, I've been hiding the electronics behind the glove box, and I just cut the interior of the glove box to be able to close it, and so you won't be able to see what's hidden in there. So by using this or by completing this modification, I'm able to remove the power steering pump. So now I'm only using the serpentine belt here for the alternator. I'm using the S2000 pulley mod, and I'm also thinking about changing out the original brake booster to like the Bosch iBooster that's used by, for example, Teslas. So this is the state of the MK3 Supra and the modifications done to it in order for me to be able to register it as a modified vehicle here in Sweden through the SFRO organization. It's the Swedish vehicle builders organization. So it's a bunch of car dudes in an organization that is working hard for us car enthusiasts to be able to modify and register builds such as these as road legal and roadworthy vehicles. So it's quite nice. I'm happy with the modification at least, so I'll have to try it out later on. If there's any questions about the modifications, just shoot me a comment and I'll be trying my best to answer everything. Bye bye.